Hello again. It's perfectly natural for people without prospects living in primitive backwaters of the world to wish to share in the prosperity of Europe and the United States. I would perhaps feel the same if I lived in the mountains of Afghanistan or the Kalahari Desert, say. With the internet to show people in Africa and Asia what they are missing out on, and travel across the world being much more rapid than was once the case, it's hardly surprising that millions of people from less economically developed nations, what we used to call the third world, travel from their poverty stricken and war torn countries to try and reach Western Europe and North America. They believe, quite correctly, that they will enjoy a better standard of living in the Western world than they are likely to do in South Asia or Sub-Saharan Africa. It really doesn't matter whether we describe these people as asylum seekers, economic migrants, or illegal immigrants. Using different expressions for what we're seeing will not alter the essential nature of the process, although, of course, they might make us feel differently about what we are observing. Eventually, this flow of poor and ill-educated people will have a deleterious effect upon the countries to which they move. The standard of living, the prosperity of such countries must fall. The reason for this is very simple. The well-educated and professional types in any country tend to stay put. They are doing all right. They see no reason at all to leave their own countries and come and live in hotels and council houses in Britain. The surgeons and lawyers in Uganda and Pakistan have no incentive to leave. It is the uneducated and poor, those at the bottom of society, who will wish to improve their condition and prospects by moving to another country. We're still in the early stages of this phenomenon. It was unknown even 2 or 3 decades ago, and the whole thing is accelerating. In perhaps 50 years, possibly 100, standard of living here will fall to that of the third world countries from which these people came. At that point, when equilibrium is achieved and Britain is as poor as the rural districts of Bangladesh or the slums of Lagos, people will no longer wish to come here. There'll be no point, for it will not mean an improvement in their standard of living. There cannot be any doubt that this will happen, although perhaps some people would describe the situation with a little more delicacy and sensitivity than I have done. Can we prevent this situation from arising? Of course we can. It would be the simplest thing in the world. We're an island. We have border controls at airports. We don't need to let in all the world and its brother. Whether, though, we actually will do anything to stop our country slipping into a state of third world poverty is another question entirely. My suspicion is that we will not.